Hey, hi, hello my friends. It's Christy with 4am Junk Journals. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am going to do a bingo project with you. This is for Authentic Junk Journals Crafts and More, where I am so blessed to be an admin. And we every week have a little bingo. You can request 4 or 5 numbers, and then you just use the accompanying prompts and you make a bingo project. And so my prompts for this week were, I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. My prompts for this week were, it's scrapbook paper or pattern paper is the main, like the central prompt. I had graph paper, an autumn quote, a calendar page, a vintage photo, and there was one more. What was it? Well, I'll remember here in a minute because we'll be doing it. So this book that I'm working in is just a like a sketchbook that I got at Michael's, and I haven't been, and a playing card. That was the 5th one. Sorry. I have not been using it. I haven't been doing the bingos regularly, but I want to start and I want to get caught up. So I'm starting to use this sketchbook now to put my bingo projects in. Now in this video I'll be doing 2 bingo projects because I need one as a prize for the bingo over on the group as well. This one will be for myself in my book, but here in a few minutes we'll do another one. So I just covered the back of that with some sewing pattern paper and then put some graph paper on there. Right now I haven't glued anything down. I'm just looking. I have this card that I had made the other day that's got this cute little guy on it, and it's very fall. I have those stickers that spell out sweater weather. I've got some different little elements there, just things I found laying around. And I'm just trying them out to see, if I like it. Oh, goodness. These are some of my printables. I'm just pulling out in case I want to use them. And now I'm just going to start putting stuff down. So I'm going to take an opportunity while I'm just gluing to remind you guys that I have a new giveaway on my channel that I started in the month of August. The way it works is for every video I put out in the month that you comment on, so every individual video you comment on for that month gets you an automatic entry into the drawing. The drawing takes place the first week of the following month. So like for October, it'll be the first week in November. And there will be 2 winners, and both of those winners will get free copies of every digital collection I put in my coffee shop during that month. So for every collection that I put in my coffee shop in October, you can win the first week in November. With the exception of anything that's members only. So members only exclusives aren't included in that. But anything else you can get free copies of. And so far, I think the first month there were 4 collections that they won. In the second month, maybe 6. So it's kind of, it's a lot of good stuff. A lot of fun, pretty digitals. So again, I'm just gluing stuff down. Right now I'm going to do a little bit of inking using the walnut stain right around the edges of that. Pardon me, my voice is getting tired. So how is everyone? I really hope you're doing well. It looks like the hurricane has passed by. Not that we got it here, but I've been very worried about my daughters in Florida, my sister-in-law, a lot of our family. And then, of course, we have friends there. So, you know, both friends from our group and actual people. Oh, not that they're not people, but actual people we know, you know. So I was trying to decide whether I wanted to back this, and so I was just looking to see if I had any cardstock laying close to me that was large enough. And I was going to back it on this brown paper, but I changed my mind, and I decided just to glue it directly down. But I'm going to ink around it first. And the reason for that was I was going to back it so that I could make it into a pocket, but then I decided that since I was already going to use that card, that greeting card that I made as a pocket, I didn't really need this to be a pocket as well. So I decided just to glue this down. So I went around it with the walnut stain, but now I'm going to go over the whole thing with this, I think it's honey something, this Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz or by Ranger, which is the same thing, right? I can't think of the name of the color. It's honey something. And again, I am just covering the whole thing. And, you know, there are some darker areas, some lighter areas. It's very, like, splotchy, blotchy looking, which I love. And then I'm going to go over it all with some vintage photo. And I'm just doing that directly off the pad without an applicator. Love the results of that. I always love the way that looks. And that honey color just really sets it off. And then I'm just going to glue that down once I clean the goopy off the top of my glue. So anyway, as I was saying, it looks like, I mean, everyone that I know personally came through the storm okay. I know that there were quite a few deaths, and that's horrifying. But I am so grateful that everyone that I know and love are okay. I thank God for that. And in the midst of the hurricane, my little grandson was born. You guys have heard me talking about this on multiple videos and showing off his beautiful photos in our group. And it's so funny about the photos because my daughter, this pretty little blonde baby, you know, she didn't have a scrap of hair. They had to use petroleum jelly to stick a bow to her head to take her photos. I mean, she was just bald as the day is long. And then when her hair started coming in, it was just so blonde. And she's with this guy who is blonde and just, you know, and she's got this sweet little baby with black curly hair. And I don't know where it came from. It's just, she says, Mom, it's so cute though. But he is a doll. He is absolutely beautiful. And his name is Phoenix. And he was a big baby. He was 7 pounds, 14 ounces. He was 21 inches long. He was not a little one. But he's so sweet. I cannot wait to actually get to meet him in person, you know, to hold him and cuddle him and all of that. But it's going to be a few months. Oh, goodness, pardon me. So as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of inking, and I inked around that playing card a little bit. And now what I'm going to do, and I wish that I had been more on camera, is I'm going to take some of that paper you know, some of my digitals, and I'm just going to cover part of that playing card. And as is standard with my altered playing cards, I am leaving a part of the card itself showing so you can tell it was a playing card rather than just an ATC made on cardstock or something similar. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what's been going on in my world. And then that, of course, with the storm, which was, very sad for everyone, I think. I was told that the winds were some of the worst, that people had seen in a long time, in certain areas. It was kind of scary because I think it was supposed to come in as a Category 5. I don't know that it actually did. I think it came in as a Category 3, but there was talk that it was going to come in as a Category 5 anyway. And I'm not, an expert on any of this, and I don't even know for sure that I'm correct about how it came in, but we had family who lost their homes and stuff to, we have a person who lost her home to a Category 5 hurricane, or Category 4. I think Andrew was a 4 when it made landfall. And so it was kind of, frightening to think about my daughter being out there. And of course, I wasn't there. I couldn't do anything. Not that I could do anything anyway, but, But she was far enough in that, she wasn't going to be in any real danger from that. But, of course, you never know when it's going to spawn tornadoes and things like that. So I am just taking those letters off and spelling out the sweater weather right back up there. Actually, when I got this sticker out, or these stickers out, I thought it was one big sweater weather thing, And then as I went to put it on, I realized, oh, these are individual letters. But that was okay too. It didn't matter. So I'm trying to decide what I want to put in the pocket. I don't like the way everything kind of covers up that photo, so I wind up just leaving everything out except that tag that I made. So now I'm just going through the list to make sure everything is there, and it is. But I'm going to do one more thing. I'm waving at you like I'm going to leave, but I'm not. So I'm going to tear that, and then I'm going to just ink around it, and then I'm going to glue it inside the card. And that way I have the prompts, my numbers, that I used for this bingo project. Also, when I was waving at you, I wasn't thinking about the fact I still needed to do another project, so I'd have a prize to give out. So anyway, it's all right though. You guys get it, right? Right. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's going to do it as far as this project in my book goes. I do come back. Oh, no, I forgot. I'm adding that little rooster stamp. I do come back later, and because I'd forgotten to put the pattern paper or the scrapbook paper on my list, so I come back later and I add that. But I think that's even off camera. I don't even think I do that on camera. Oh, the button. See, I keep telling you guys I'm done, and I'm not. I'm just kidding, really. I decided to add a button up there on that little scrap of fabric. I just felt like it needed something. So I've had these buttons, and I never use buttons, guys, ever. And yesterday I was using them. Weird. I don't know. Yesterday being when I filmed this, because I'm editing the next morning. So there we go. So now we're going to do the project for the prize, and I'm making a little tag. This was a 4x6 piece of cardstock that I cut into tag shape, and now I'm covering it with one of my digitals. I will have these digitals linked in the description box. If you're interested, you can pop over to my coffee shop and check them out. So now I'm just going to trim around it, and then, so what I'm doing, I covered it with the one side that had most of the like foliage and stuff from the fall, but I really love the owl in this image. So I decide that I'm going to cut the owl out, and I'm actually going to use the owl as well. But first I wanted to cover the tag with the foliage, which is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I hate to toot my own horn, but that is really, really pretty. So then I'm going to trim around this owl, and I'm going to wind up adding it. So for this particular digital project, and I'm doing this more and more these days, what I do is I actually build collages out of individual images, so that it's, you know, it tends to make the prints brighter and clearer if I do it that way, rather than just trying to create a single image directly on the program. So all of the images in this particular collection, or almost all of them, were made in that way. So this owl and the background around it come out, they print just gorgeous, just beautiful. Anyway, again, I'll have that linked in the description box, and I'll quit talking about it now. So I'm just going to cut him out, and then I will play with positioning a little bit on that tag to see exactly where I want him. He's too big to fit. I mean, I could, but it would take up the whole tag, and I have other things that have to be added, right? Because we have to get all of the elements of the bingo project on there. So I have to decide, you know, like which portions of him I want on the tag, and which portions we can probably do without. So I just start playing with positioning. Also, I'm going to start working on adding the other elements. So I have some graph paper. I'm just going to tear down a strip and put it across like washi tape style. And then I'll put the owl on top of that. I really like the way that turns out. This project is, in the end, is one of my favorites I think I've made in a while. I think it's super cute. Almost cute enough for me to want to keep it for myself rather than sending it out as a prize. So I'm still playing with that positioning because I do know that I have quite a few other things that have to be added. And so I've got the photo, and I'm going to tear off a little piece of that. And I want to put him there, but I still need the playing card. Now I have a playing card that I'd already started altering for something else. And so I'm going to put him on top of it. It has some nice fall colors. And then I'm going to put that card on there. And so now I'm playing with positioning of that to decide exactly where I want that. I'm sorry if you guys hear my air conditioner just kicking on in the background. I actually want to, I'm sitting here in my sweater and my feet are frozen, and I want to get up and turn it off, but I will do that when we're done with the editing here. So anyway, so I'm just going to try and figure out exactly where I want to position everything. I need to add in some calendar. So what I did, because I had already used the October page out of this calendar, is I just tore a little piece of the November page off. It's not going to make any difference because you're not going to be able to tell just looking at those boxes which month it was from. And I'm going to probably slip that in right there. Well, I know I am, but at this point I'm thinking I'm probably going to slip that in right there behind the owl. And so I'm doing a little bit of inking around it with that honey color, which is wild honey, by the way. I looked, and the color is wild honey. And then I'm going to go over it with some walnut stain. I think. I'm pretty sure I do. Oh my goodness, I keep disappearing. I don't know where I'm going. I've already cut several times out of the video because, like, I just disappear and I don't know where I went. I just recorded this last night. You'd think I'd be able to remember. So yeah, so I am going over the edges of this with the walnut stain, and then a little bit right in the center, just to give it kind of a, you know, I don't know, an aged, dirtied look, kind of. And so now I am going to glue that down there on the tag. And then I'm going to put the owl down. So, oh my goodness, guys, what else is going on in your world? I'm just here. I had to actually get up this morning and make a to-do list, which I don't usually do, but like I probably should every day. But this morning I was just so overwhelmed with all the things I knew I needed to get done today. So I actually sat down and made a to-do list before I got started. And here in a few minutes, I'll be checking my video off of my to-do list. I've already checked off like 3 or 4 things this morning, and it's only 6:30 in the morning. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I got my owl down there. I trimmed off the excess, and now I am going to just do a little bit of inking right there on that torn edge of the photo, and I'm going to glue it on as well. After I fix the piece that didn't stick. I've got to get some glue ordered today. I said this all through the video. Of course, you don't know that because I wound up doing a voiceover. And I did that intentionally because I was watching a movie. And so I just ran the camera while I crafted and watched my movie. And then I said, I'll just do a voiceover in the morning. I used to be really afraid of voiceovers, but now, yeah, if you guys don't like my voice, it's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. And I like being able to watch the movie while I do the actual crafting and saving the editing for later. Okay, so there we are. And now I need to add in my autumn quote. And I normally don't like the look of stickers without trimming off the white, but I just inked right over the white with that wild honey, and it looked fine. Now, what you're not going to see on camera that I do off camera is, you know, at the very end of the video I do it, is I am going and sewing around this whole thing. And so that won't be on the video, but it is in the picture in the description that I did that. So now I'm just edging it with some more of the walnut stain. And there we are. I do believe it's done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back very soon. Talk to you later. Bye.